I mean, yellow is the only colour that generally isn't used except for the Germans, but we tend to be pretty situationally aware when you're a marshal. You've got to keep your head on a swivel. The advantage of not wearing the armour is you can move really quickly.
Yeah. And I believe it's in the Bohut League rules that a club cannot have black and yellow stripes as their tabard.
Definitely. But, I mean, Germany have traditionally had these colours for God knows how many years, even before...
But it's distinguishable.
Yeah. It also means that, you know, if it's yellow and it doesn't have a helmet, don't hit it.
Yeah.
Yeah, somebody's just suggested that hot pink might be a colour for the marshals. I'm not quite sure if we'll get that one to stick.
Worth considering.
I did see a couple of years ago at one of the tournaments in Europe that one of the teams wore hot pink with a Hello Kitty design as their surcoat.
You kidding me?
No, it was one of the German tournaments, I think.
Of course, that kind of modern design is actually prohibited by.
Well, now it is, yes. Now it's been codified, but back then it was most amusing.
Two teams with a lot of mass battle experience. But one French fighter removed. That's because of the regularity of his armour.
Two pretty strong teams here. I mean, Czech have got a lot of the Prague Trolls and a bunch of others. So, and obviously France have got a world of experience.
Yeah. Of course, both of these nations include two clubs who took part in the Bohut Prime in February in Monaco. Prague Trolls, as you mentioned, of course, Aquila Sequania.
Marshall's making sure they get a final count.
So we get underway for round one. Czech Republic against France. And as expected, an aggressive start from the French.
France keeping a reasonably disciplined line, whereas Czech's a little bit spread out.
That's right. Well, he's staggered as well.
A lot more halberds on the French side, of course.
Yeah.
Makes a big difference standing up in front of one of those.
It does, of course. When they've got these two lines like this, that extra distance does make a difference.
Actually, I'm surprised. Did Czech even? They've got one guy there with an. Oh, they're just a bunch of axes, but no halberds. The reach is really restricted there, isn't it?
Yeah, that's true. It's just strange. This is maybe they just want a little bit extra control, but of course, in mass battles, that's where you would opt for a longer polearm.
We've normally got two or three at least, just to give you that tactical advantage or the strength and the flexibility.
Well, you'll see the Russians and Ukrainians use quite lengthy polearms for sure. As in fact we did see from the Polish team, who's fought before.
I think I've seen one Russian team turn up with, 90% halberds. One or two shield guys to stand up front and soak a few blows, and that was it.
Well, that's good footwork from that French fighter. Oh, that's a charge there from one of the Prague Trolls, in fact.
He's a beast, that guy. He's huge.
And super! That's a massive takedown!
That was just a punch to the back of their head.
Despite his size, he's very, very athletic, that fighter.
Tying up those two guys so he's got his axeman free. I think those two guys are going to be stuck there for a while.
Oh, I should think so, yeah. They're not going very far.
Ooh.
Unless they're going to break away, however, as he does.
That's a good job there.
Yeah. Oh, that's another take down in the middle there. It's still fairly even.
Yeah. A nice tight match.
Yep.
Oh no, France have got a bit of a number advantage now.
Yeah. That's true, and the Czech fighter seems to be locked in. Again, retrieving a secondary weapon. Oh, that's good movement there, however.
Yeah, he's got to keep an eye on things. Should have seen that guy coming. He would have seen him going back for another weapon. A bit foolish not to keep his head on the swivel.
Yeah, oh, that's a good takedown there. Fun teamwork, and he's just taking these strikes. Well,
have a little geek moment from a historical point of view. I love that helmet on the French guy there on the left.
Oh yeah. And that victory goes to France in the first round. Yeah, you can just see the rapid movement of the French, and they've got some very, very good footwork.
I didn't notice the French ninja out there. Is he in this team? Or are they saving him for something else?
He's definitely this team. Well, you see great pressure down from the Czech team. And I wouldn't put it past them to get a second round victory. Again, you'd expect more teams to use the granite fighters to their advantage. They're trying to push back. Of course, it's one of the hazards of mass battles that because there are so many fighters on the ground at any given time, then people can quite easily trip over each other.
Actually, I'm quite liking the size of the list this year. When we were in Prague, it was really narrow, and the 21s there you couldn't get more than 7 men wide anyway.
No.
And so you had to have 3 ranks of fighters in the 21s.
This was the difficulty of Prague. A wonderful location as well, and of course in terms of how the actual setup was. For example,
it was a very pretty location. Yeah,
that wonderful pit idea where you had all the tribunes surrounding it, looking down into the list. Aesthetically, it was fantastic. It was good for the fighters. It was great for the public, but the width of the list was just far too.
Could have done with being about another 2 meters wider. Length was okay.
Length was fine. Yep. So round 2 now. France, Czech Republic, and the heat there won't be doing anyone any favours.
Of course, the viewers at home can't see the preparations area behind the commentary box here, but it's probably about another 50 metres behind us is the fortress walls. There's not a lot of shade out the back there. They've got a few awnings and things, but all the fighters are grabbing whatever they can in the way of shade just to keep the heat down.
Yeah. Still seems a bit cautious once again. More French fighters taking advantage of any possible distance they can gain by using the pole arms. Well, trying to wrestle that as well, but he's put himself in some difficulty there.
He's just soaking it.
Yeah. Well, he's up.
Look at the size difference. Batiste there.
Nice movement there.
Yep. The guy getting the weapon there is Batiste, probably the smallest.
Oh, very nice.
Indomitable will, though. He just keeps going and going. I think against guys almost twice his size.
Yeah. Well, it's great fitness, though. Very agile. And he's a hard striker.
Good defensive work there on that Frenchman, defending his teammates.
That sounded like a breakage there.
Yep.
And it's an advantage for France at this stage. And you see body starting to pile up down there.
I think that's it.
That's a wonderful victory there for France.
They had to work for it in the end, though.
Yeah, that was a long fight.
Yeah.
Very long fight. Fairly evenly matched, but...
That's something that I've actually been seeing a lot more of this year, is the adherence to the 10-minute fight rule.
Yeah.
It's made a bit of a difference in quite a few of the matches I've seen as well. So.
Yeah.
If you get 2 rounds that roll to the full 5 minutes, well, you can't even run a third round.
That's right.
That's what happened with the UK yesterday, and that's how they managed to get Russia.
Yeah. Yeah, and the good thing about this is that I suppose the 5 versus 5, a lot of the grappling can even take place in the centre of the list. So, and you get a lot more striking action.
Can't wait to see the 30s and the 150s.
I don't know how to call it. I don't know what to expect. I really don't.
The 150s, remember Aigues-Mortes in 2013 was the first one I went to.
Yep.
And they had the all versus all in the afternoon. It became Russia versus